Hi guys, JT here. Today I'm bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle Going Rogue Bundle of June 2026. To help me answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you the viewers for watching my videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Brutal Orchestra, a turn-based roguelike that plunges you into a bizarre, flashy afterlife following the death of your character Nowak. Guided by the mysterious divinity Bosch, you embark on a quest for revenge, navigating a series of grid-based battles that blend strategic depth with a grotesque visceral aesthetic. The gameplay loop requires you to manage a party across a branching map, engaging in combat where positioning and resource management are critical. You must master a unique pigment system, where collecting colored orbs from fallen enemies fuels your team's abilities. However, be cautious. Holding excess pigment causes harmful overflow. Each hero brings 3 distinct skills, and victory demands thoughtful planning as you anticipate enemy intentions on the battlefield. While the game shines with its Beetlejuice-like art style and a dynamic soundtrack that seamlessly shifts between electronica, free jazz, and folk rock, it does not shy away from being punishingly difficult. You'll encounter extreme RNG elements, including boss mechanics that can feel unfairly randomized, sometimes making early runs feel unbalanced until you unlock more powerful companions. Despite the inherent brutality, the experience is tempered by a dark, tongue-in-cheek humor. Interactions with NPCs and the philosophical bickering with Bosch provide levity amidst the blood, vomit, and suffering. If you enjoy the tactical intensity of Slay the Spire, mashed together with the infernal, unsettling atmosphere of The Binding of Isaac, this game offers a compelling, albeit demanding journey through purgatory. It is a must-play for those who crave challenging strategy, wrapped in truly unique, macabre presentation. At number 2 we have Moros Protocol, an atmospheric sci-fi roguelike shooter that traps you on a derelict battleship Orpheus. As Alex, you awaken with no memory, tasked with navigating the infested corridors of this dying vessel. The game captures a visceral, retro-inspired aesthetic, blending old-school rendering with modern lighting effects that brings its dark alien-filled environments to life. Combat serves as the game's primary draw. You'll find the gunplay and melee interactions satisfyingly crunchy, with every strike against alien flesh providing a palpable sense of impact. The game forces you to adapt, balancing frantic, fast-paced shooting against limited ammo, which often necessitates closing the distance for melee kills. While Tier 1 weapons can feel somewhat underwhelming, the arsenal gains potency as you progress. Exploration is defined by procedural generation, ensuring that every run feels unpredictable as you hunt for augments and implants to bolster your capabilities. However, the game does have its share of rough edges. The user interface can feel janky, and menu navigation via controller is noticeably unpolished. Furthermore, you may find the progression system somewhat stingy, as many upgrades offer only marginal stat increases rather than game-changing abilities. Boss encounters, while visually striking, occasionally lean into being damage sponges, which can lead to frustration. Despite these balancing hiccups and some repetitive room layouts, the core experience remains compelling. If you appreciate moody, horror-tinged shooters and the addictive loop of dying, upgrading, and trying again, Moros Protocol offers a scrappy, stylish, and ultimately worthwhile journey into the void. At number 3 we have Nightmare Reaper, a retro-inspired roguelike FPS that delivers a thrillingly violent experience, reminiscent of classic titles like Doom or Quake. You play as a woman confined to a sanatorium, where you navigate surreal dreams to slay endless legions of demons. The core gameplay loop is simple, yet incredibly addictive. You blast through semi-procedural levels, collecting weapons, dodging traps, and fighting until you reach the exit. What makes this game shine is its massive creative arsenal. From standard guns to magical staffs, buzzsaw launchers, and even homing bees, you'll constantly discover wild, over-the-top weaponry. Each item features an alt-fire, adding immense versatility. If you prefer melee, you can wield katanas or shields, ensuring you always have a fun way to cause carnage. The combat is fast and gory, perfectly complemented by a brutal, high-energy heavy metal soundtrack. The progression system adds a unique, charming layer, replacing standard menus with interactive retro-style minigames, like a platformer or a monster battler, to earn skill points and buffs. While you might occasionally feel frustrated by sudden deaths or repetitive level layouts, the game's loop ensures that losing is just an opportunity to upgrade and try again. Despite minor issues like the lack of tutorials or occasional resource-heavy performance, Nightmare Reaper is a fantastic high-octane blast. If you're a fan of old-school shooters, this game provides a bloody, bountiful, and deeply satisfying experience that you should absolutely not miss. It is, quite simply, an incredibly fun trip into a beautiful, pixelated nightmare. And number 4 we have Home Behind 2, a party-based RPG set in the fictional war-torn country of Scaria, where you're stranded behind enemy lines and tasked with overthrowing a tyrannical regime. Combining real-time pausable combat with extensive resource and party management, this game caters to fans of challenging, replayable RPGs. The gameplay offers a mix of strategy and survival as you recruit allies, scavenge for resources, and upgrade your camp to tackle escalating challenges. Its vast array of classes, abilities, and random events ensures varied playthroughs, supported by the meta progression system that encourages replayability. If you enjoy games like Darkest Dungeon, you'll find familiarity here. However, despite its potential, several aspects of the game fall short. Combat is a mixed bag. It can be automated, which might simplify the experience, but also removes strategic depth. Meanwhile, exploration feels repetitive, and while resource management adds layers of complexity, it can verge on feeling grindy. Dialogue and character development are notably lackluster, often dragging the narrative and failing to match the game's tone. Even with these limitations, the interconnected mechanics create a cohesive experience. Slowly building your camp and equipping your team with better gear is satisfying, even if the process is occasionally monotonous. While Home Behind 2 does not redefine its genre, it delivers enough content and strategic engagement to appeal to dedicated fans. If you temper your expectations and enjoy methodical gameplay, you will find value here. Just don't expect a groundbreaking or universally memorable experience. And number 5 we have Lynked, Banner of the Spark, a vibrant roguelike RPG that skillfully fuses the high-energy combat of a dungeon crawler with the cozy creative depth of a town-building simulator. Set in the year 3000XX, you play as one of the last remaining humans in a world where AI evolved and humanity regressed. After being freed from a robotic prison by your new companion, Buddy, you embark on a quest to reform the Banner of the Spark and reclaim the planet from a rogue AI threat. The gameplay loop is addictive and well-balanced. You spend your time diving into action-packed missions where you battle waves of telegraph enemies using a variety of weapons, from quick claws to heavy hammers. You're equipped with The Wire, a versatile grapple arm that allows you to pull enemies or hurl objects, adding a tactical layer to the hack-and-slash combat. Between runs, you return to your town to build homes for rescued robots, harvest crops, and even go fishing. While the progression for permanent weapon upgrades can feel slightly slow, the constant influx of resources ensures your town is always growing. The visual style is charmingly cartoonish, offering a refreshing, optimistic take on the apocalypse. Whether you are playing solo or joining up to 2 friends in online co-op, you'll find that the synergy between combat and community building keeps the experience fresh. If you enjoy games that pair intense boss fights with the relaxing pace of a life sim, this polished title is well worth your time. And number 6 we have None Shall Intrude, a compelling roguelike card battling game that places you in the formidable role of a dragon defending your territory against persistent pesky heroes. Are you tired of being a hero? Here, you're the misunderstood antagonist, awoken from a long slumber and tasked with burning, freezing, or pushing back those who dare enter your lands. The gameplay loop is masterfully designed. You start with earth, fire, and wind cards, navigating a world map to choose your next encounter. Strategic depth shines through unique card interactions. For example, layering a whirlwind card over charred tiles creates devastating lava zones that incinerate enemies. You must manage your deck carefully, utilizing inhale cards to boost exhale abilities, ensuring you maximize damage against grouped foes. Navigating via mouse and keyboard feels intuitive, allowing precise placement on the game's tile-based stages. The cinematic soundtrack perfectly complements the high-stakes monster experience, making you feel like a city-destroying titan. As you progress, you unlock new talents, cards, and relics, keeping each run fresh and rewarding. While individual sessions can be lengthy, the persistence of unlocked mechanics means you never feel like your time is wasted. With vibrant hand-painted art for boss encounters and a satisfying tactical system that sets it apart from standard deck builders, this game is an excellent experience for strategy fans. If you've ever dreamt of taking down the good guys and reclaiming your kingdom, None Shall Intrude offers a delightfully fresh, challenging, and destructive perspective that you must absolutely explore. And number 7 we have Rogue Legacy, a gloriously addictive 16-bit 2D roguelike action platformer that you absolutely need to experience. Drawing inspiration from the challenging nature of Dark Souls and the fluid gameplay of Spelunky, it serves as an instant classic for the indie scene. The game mechanics are ingenious. Rather than playing as a single hero, you navigate a sprawling family tree. Every time you fall in battle, you assume the role of one of your descendants. This brilliant system ensures that each run feels fresh, as every successor brings unique classes, abilities, and hilarious randomized physical traits, like Gigantism or Vertigo, that fundamentally alter how you approach the castle. Exploration is a constant fun. You delve into a procedurally generated shape-shifting castle filled with traps and enemies. The progression system is deeply rewarding. Every death is a stepping stone. You collect gold throughout your run to return to the castle, unlocking permanent upgrades for your gear, stats, and abilities. This ensures that you never feel like your effort was in vain, creating a compelling just one more run loop that hooks you instantly. While the soundtrack's mix of chiptune and real instruments may divide opinion, the overall presentation is charming and functional, with clean pixel art that keeps the action readable even during intense moments. Whether you're battling through the castle, the forest, the tower, or the dungeon, you'll find yourself constantly challenged by the bosses and captivated by the deep, surprisingly detailed lore. It is truly the perfect addictive recipe for endless gaming sessions. And number 8 we have UnderMine, a captivating action-adventure roguelike that masterfully blends dungeon crawling with RPG-inspired progression. You play as a humble peasant sent by the Archmage to investigate mysterious tremors, a premise that perfectly captures the game's darkly lighthearted tone. As you descend into the depths, you navigate procedurally generated mines filled with dangerous creatures, environmental hazards, and hidden secrets. The combat feels tight and satisfying, featuring real-time mechanics where you swing a pickaxe to bash enemies or throw it like a boomerang for ranged damage. You must constantly adapt to the hazards, as each run offers a fresh challenge. When you inevitably fall, you do not lose everything. You retain a portion of your hard-earned gold to purchase permanent upgrades at the hub, ensuring that every expedition feels like a meaningful step forward. What truly makes this experience shine is the extensive variety of items. You discover powerful relics, potions, and blessings that stack and combo in wild, unpredictable ways, allowing you to transform from a weak peasant into a formidable force of destruction. Rescuing NPCs adds another layer of depth, as they return to your base to offer essential services and upgrades. While the difficulty can be punishing, it is balanced by the sheer joy of discovery and the charm of its pixel art world. Whether you're dodging projectiles or dodging greedy pilfers trying to steal your gold, UnderMine remains an addictive, polished experience. If you enjoy the challenge of roguelike, you'll find yourself hooked on this subterranean adventure. And that's all for this bundle. The Going Rogue a Light-Heavy bundle is an absolute win for any fan of the genre. With bangers like Rogue Legacy, UnderMine, and Nightmare Reaper leading the charge, you're looking at a high-value stash of titles that slap. Whether you're chasing the high of an intense roguelike loop, or diving into the atmosphere of Brutal Orchestra, this collection is stacked with replayability. It's a total no-brainer pickup. Grab these keys before the timer hits 0, and your library misses out. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.